BDMS News.
Today is...
From the top.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Emily.
And Desar.
Bringing you your morning announcements.
On the BDMS News.
Today is Thursday, May 30th, B-Day. Please stand for the pledge in the Dundalk Middle School Code of Conduct. I was trying to remember. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community. Please be seated. Now let's find out what happened on this date in history.
Here's a look at this day in history. May 30.
In 1922, the Lincoln Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. In 1971, the U.S. space probe Mariner 9 was launched on a mission to Mars. It became the first artificial satellite of another planet when it orbited the red giant 6 months later. On this day in 1989, students in China's Tiananmen Square erected a 33-foot-high statue they named the Goddess of Democracy. And on this day in 1431, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. Heavenly voices had urged the 19-year-old to lead France to victory over England in the 100 Years' War. Upon capture, Joan was accused of heresy. Her only request was that a priest shout prayers loud enough to be heard over the flames. And that's this day in history.
Today's math problem is 5 loaves of bread use 12 cups of flour. 8 loaves of bread use X cups of flour. Set up a proportion and solve for X. Be sure to let your math teacher know if you can solve it. Now here's Emily's third word of the day.
Today's word of the day is dovetail. We may be able to dovetail our activities with theirs if we all plan ahead. And again, today's word of the day is dovetail.
Attention, don't miss your last chance to own this year's yearbook. A limited number will be on sale from now to the end of the year at the price of $28. See Ms. Weber or Mr. Slavin if you are interested in buying one.
The following students need to report to the library lab after the announcements this morning.
Attention, today after school is the Spring Fling Dance. There will be face painting and Mr. Woodruff will be DJing. Tickets will be given out this morning.
This is our progress on the More Change Challenge. In first place, we have the 8th graders with $129.97. And in second place is the 6th graders again with $59.84. And in last place, 7th graders with $43.90. Come on, 7th graders, you can do it.
Now let's get a check on the weather from Rhiannon.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Rhiannon Turner bringing you your week of weather. Today's going to be clear skied and scorching with a high of 95 degrees. Tonight's clear skied and warm with our low of 72 degrees. So stay cool, Dundalk Middle School. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Rhiannon.
Now for some words of wisdom.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. Listen to some of a few words of wisdom. Ralph Ellison is the African-American novelist who wrote the book Invisible Man. Listen to what he says to us today. America is woven of many strands. Our fate is to become one and yet many. That's an interesting phrase, one and yet many. Let's think about that. We live in one nation, yet we have many states. We have one student body here at school, yet we have many different kinds of students, different shapes and sizes and races and religions. In Yugoslavia, they say, even the fingers on one's hands are not alike. Today, focus on what we have in common while honoring what's different. With something to think about, listen to Star Muhammad, make it a good day or not. The choice is yours.
And here's Mr. Barish.
Morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is a reminder to all students that today will be the last day that we will be running our activity late bus. Again, today will be the last day we have our activity bus for the school year, so if any students plan to stay after next week, students, you must either walk home or have your parents pick you up after school. Again, this is our last week that we're going to be running and using our activity late bus. I want to remind students during the course of the last couple of weeks of school of the high expectations that we have, that we want to finish out the year on a positive note, focusing on demonstrating excellent behavior in a positive and safe learning environment. It's a reminder to all students that book bags are to be in lockers, cell phones need to be in iPods, and all electronic devices need to be turned off and put away during the school day so the focus can still be on learning as we finish the last 2.5 weeks of school. Again, habits are hard to break, so students, it's very important that you develop and promote these positive habits to be successful in school now and also at the next level. And again, we want to make sure that in the last couple weeks all students are coming to school every day, demonstrating outstanding attendance, positive behavior, applying yourself, and you are going to be successful in school and also in life. And as Team DMS, we will do whatever it takes to make sure you reach and maximize your potential. So let's also be conscious in the late bells. We want to make sure students are in class on time learning, focused on instruction. Dr. Mayo, Assistant Superintendent of Baltimore County Public Schools Middle Schools, will be in our building this morning. So if we come by your room, please make sure you are very welcoming to Dr. Mayo, and he is excited about his visit today at DMS. Let's make it a great day. Now back to Emily and Intisar.
This is Intisar.
And Emily reminding you to stay classy, Dundalk Middle School.